what are some legal just reasons why a player can decide to terminate their contract with their club?
The most popular one, which everyone knows, is where if a player is being owed an amount that exceeds 2 months of his salary, a player can terminate his contract for just cause. Where a player is being demoted or he's been isolated from training, he's being asked to train alone. Even if you're being paid salary, your personality right is being infringed, because the personality right is like your commercial rights. Like, you have to play to be seen, so your commercial value can go up, so people can purchase you. So even if you're paying salary and that right has been infringed upon, and you have not done an act that's inconsistent, you can terminate your contract for just cause and then proceed to FIFA to claim compensation for damages. Also, you see players who are playing a club, and after mid-season, the club registers them and registers a new person. That in itself is an automatic termination. So the player can approach FIFA and say, hey, this has been done, this has not been done, so I have been wronged. So this is what I'm claiming. Remember, the player must not do acts that are inconsistent to what he's claiming. So if you're being registered and you're going to training with them, you're being paid salary, you're traveling with them, you cannot claim that you have been wronged. Then I think for the clubs, a club wakes up and says, the player is not performing up to standard, poor performance, and terminates his contract. Under the RSTP, poor performance is not a grounds for termination of contracts. And then you also have a point where the club says, oh, we were not able to get work permit, so you can't play with us. That's not the player's business. However, the player must not have done acts that would jeopardize the club. Like, let's say the club asks for his international passport and refuses to deliver it up. The club does not get these documents because of what you have done. Then you cannot claim they have breached their contract. You also have the instance where a player gets injured and the club just freezes him out and tells, oh, you're injured. I had a case where the sporting director just messaged the player on WhatsApp and says, the coach does no longer need your services, so please leave. That message alone was enough for us to go to FIFA and claim compensation for breach of contract. So these are some of the ways in which breach of contract can arise. Also, a player leaves camp without authorization and the club has written him persistently to return and he fails to return, and the club sanctions him. Remember, termination of contract should be the last resort. That is why even when they owe you or when they do A and B and C, you must have written them. Even when they register you, you must write them until time to put things in order, to restore things as they would have been. So when a player skips camp or training without valid reason and the club has written him maybe 1 or 2 times to return and he does not, and he has been sanctioned, and if he does not return, the club can terminate the contract for just cause and then also proceed against the player. Or a player who is still in contract goes and signs to another club while still in contract, the club can still go against him for breach of contract.